Hello everyone, welcome to Narayana online classes. We are going to be practicing some basic questions from matrices and determinants, especially questions related to rank and echelon form. Okay, let's start. First question, the rank of this given matrix is what? 2 if A is equal to 6, 2 if A is equal to 1, 1 if A is equal to 2, 1 if A is equal to minus 6, right? So depending on the value of A, the rank could be 1 or 2. It is pretty clear that the rank is not 3, which means we should not go the determinant method. We will anyway get 0. But depending on the value of A, we need to figure out what is the rank. So for that, we should first try and figure out the echelon form. Okay? So let us write the given matrix A minus 1, 2, 5, 2, minus 4, A minus 4, 1, minus 2, A plus 1, right? Now for us to get echelon form, what should we do? Convert 2 and 1 into 0, right? So we will do row transformations. R2 goes to R2 plus 2 R1, right? And R3 goes to R3 plus R1, right? By that, you add double of this to this will be 0. You add these two, this becomes 0, right? So then A becomes minus 1, 2 and 5 will be as they are. R2 plus 2 R1. So 2 minus 2, this becomes 0. Minus 4 plus 4 also 0. And A minus 4 plus 10. So that becomes A plus 6. Right? Can you follow that? Then R3 goes to R3 plus R1. So 0 here. Minus 2 plus 2 is also 0. And A plus 1 plus 5 is A plus 6. Right? Now observe this carefully. R2 and R3 are identical. Right? So now we will say R3 goes to R3 minus R2, right? In which case A would be, you see the first two rows will be as they are, minus 1, 2, 5, 0, 0, A plus 6 and 0, 0, 0 this time because R3 goes to R3 minus R2, correct? So clearly rank of A cannot be 3. It can be 2 or it can be 1 depending on the situation, right? So from this, we can conclude clearly rank of A is equal to 2 if A plus 6 is not equal to 0. Can you see that? Rank of A is 2 if A plus 6 is not 0. And if it is 0, then rank becomes 1 because it has only one non-zero row. So rank of A is equal to 2 if A plus 6 is not equal to 0 and rank of A is equal to 1 if A plus 6 is equal to 0. So now among the options we need to figure out which options satisfy these conditions, right? So now option A says 2 if A equal to 6. Now if A equal to 6, it means A is not equal to minus 6, right? A equal to 6 implies A plus 6 is not 0, which means rank of A is 2, right? So option A is correct. Yes, but this is an exercise 4 question, which means more than one options could be correct. Now let us look at option B, let us look at option B. If A is equal to 1, then what happens to A plus 6? Again, not 0, which means rank of A is 2, correct? That is our conclusion, which means option B is also correct. Option B is also correct. What about option C? if A is equal to 1, sorry, if A is equal to 2, if A is 2, then A plus 6 once again is not equal to 0, which means rank of A is equal to 2, but option C says rank of A is 1, which means option C is incorrect. Yes? What about option D? If A equal to minus 6, then A plus 6 is definitely not, sorry, A plus 6 is definitely equal to 0, which means rank of A is 1, not 2, it would be 1. Why? Since A would become 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, what are the other elements? Minus 1, 2 and 5. So there is only one non-zero row. Therefore rank of A is equal to 1, which means option D is also correct. So your answer here would be A, B and D. Got it? Yeah? Let us proceed then. If rank of A is, where A is this given matrix, is 3, then Y cannot be equal to. Very interesting. Question says rank of A is 3 already. What can you conclude? A is a 3 by 3 matrix. If rank is equal to order, that means determinant must be non-zero. Right? So, A is 3 by 3 and rank of A equal to 3, which means determinant of A is not equal to 0. Okay, let's just say mod A. Mod A is not equal to 0. Right? Why? Because if mod A was equal to 0, we know rank of A cannot be the order. It will be 2 or 1 something else, but definitely not equal to 3. So now let us look at delta. Let delta equal to y plus A, B, C, A, y plus B, C, A, B, y plus C. Right? So if this is delta, then we are saying that mod A is not equal to 0. So let us first calculate delta. Let us try and simplify it. You are already comfortable simplifying determinants by using properties. So let us say R1 goes to R1 minus R2 and R2 goes to R2 minus R3. So in which case mod A would be y plus A minus A is just y, B minus y plus G is minus y, C minus C is 0. Then R2 goes to R2 minus R3. So A minus A is 0, y plus B minus B is y, C minus y plus C is minus y. And we are left with A, B and y plus C. Right? And we are saying it is not equal to 0. Right? From, let us apply this condition from 1. Which means expanding along, let us expand along R3, right? Because then we can use these zeros. So A into y square minus 0, then minus B into minus y square minus 0, and then plus C into, not C, sorry, y plus C. y plus c into y square minus 0 is not equal to 0, right? Now it's just a matter of simplifying that equation, or rather simplifying that inequality. Can't even say inequality, a non-equality. A into y square plus b into y square, a into y square plus b into y square plus y plus c into y square is not equal to 0. Which means, you see y square we can take it common, y square into a plus b plus y plus c is not equal to 0, correct? Now you can treat not equal to non-inequality the same way as you treat, non-equality the same as equality. What do we do? If this was equal to, what would you be writing? Y square equal to 0 or this bracket equal to 0? So here these two are not 0, which means this product is not 0, which means definitely all the terms must be non-zero, right? Which means y square is not equal to 0, and this and is important, and a plus b plus c plus y is also not equal to 0, right? Now y square not equal to 0, which means y is not equal to 0, and you keep the y here, take a plus b plus c to the other side, y is not equal to minus of a plus b plus c, right? So the question says rank of A is 3, then y cannot be equal to, clearly y cannot be equal to 0 and minus of a plus b plus c. So 0 is option C, and minus of a plus b plus c is option B, right? Which means options B and C are correct. Yes, shall we proceed then? Let's do that. Alright, if the rank of this given matrix is 2, then, okay, so this question is slightly more intriguing. It would be a bit complicated to solve this question by determinants. Why? Because rank is given to be 2, the order of matrix is 3. So which means we know definitely for sure that determinant is going to be 0. Yes, we can proceed that way. But if you see, there is looking at the options itself, we can say that there is going to be condition on k and x. And determinant can be 0 when rank is 1 also. So you have to be careful that your rank is 2 but not 1 and not 3 also, right? So keeping that in mind, we will say A 3 by 3 and rank of A is equal to 2, which means mod A equal to 0, right? So then let us look at mod A first. Now, we'll do it on the next slide itself. Mod A is equal to mod of 4, 2, 1 minus x, 5, k, 1, 6, 3, 1 plus x, right? Which is equal to 4 into k into 1 plus x. How about we expand along R2, right? Because then k will be outside the brackets. It won't repeat too many times. So we will say expanding along R2. So mod A equal to minus 5 into 2 into 1 plus x minus 3 into 1 minus x. Right. Then minus sorry, plus k into, you see we have already taken minus here, so plus k into 4 into 1 plus x and minus 6 into 1 minus x. And then minus 1 into 4 into 3 minus 6 into 2. So 12 minus 12. Now this whole thing is equal to 0. We have already established that mod A is equal to 0. Which means go back now, minus 5 into, this is 2x plus 3x, so 5x plus 2 minus 3, so 5x minus 1. Minus 5 into 5x minus 1. And then plus k into 4x plus 6x, 10x, and then 4 minus 6 minus 2, right? So plus k into 10x minus 2. And then, see, this term is anyway 0, right? Minus 1 into 0 equal to 0. So simply this is equal to 0. Which means, you see, we have 5x minus 1 here and this is 10x minus 2. This bracket is exactly double of that. So it is better to just take it out. So 5x minus 1 into minus 5 plus 2k is equal to 0, which means x equal to 1 by 5 or k is equal to 5 by 2, right? For, this is important, for mod A to be equal to 0, right? Which means we are okay with x being equal to 1 by 5 or k being equal to 5 by 2. But the problem is, we want to make sure that rank is 2 and doesn't go to 1. Okay, so just be careful about that. Now if you look at the options, immediately k equal to 1 by 5, x equal to 5 by 2, immediately option C and D are rejected, right? So now we are going to look at option A and option B. In option A and option B, in both of them, k is equal to 5 by 2 is there. So which means we need to now make up our mind whether x should be equal to 1 by 5 or not equal to 1 by 5, and I said yes, these possibilities will be there because we don't want rank to be equal to 1. So then let us check option A. If k is equal to 5 by 2, x is equal to 1 by 5, let us see what happens. A would be 4, 2, 1 minus 1 by 5 is 4 by 5, 5, 5 by 2, 1, then 6, 3, 6 by 5, right? Okay, so can you see, we can multiply any row or column by scalars, right, in elementary transformations. So why don't we apply one of those transformations? Let us say R1 goes to, we can see 4 to 4, so I want to get out that, take that 2 at least out, right, and I want to multiply all of them by 5. So R1 goes to R1 into 5 by 2, first of all. Second of all, R2 goes to, this time I want to take 2 outside, and then we will have R2 goes to R2 into 2, but then there will be 5 in the numerator. I want to get rid of the 5 also. If we multiply this by 5 by 2, there will be 2 remaining. Okay. Let us keep R2 as R2 into 2. We will see what happens. Then R3 goes to, I want to get rid of the 5. So R3 into 5. Now let us see what we get. then A is going to be the matrix. We multiplied R1 with 5 by 2. So 4 into 20 by 2 is 10, 5 and 2, right? We will have 10, 5, 2. Then R2 goes to R2 into 2. So 10, 5, 2. Right? Can you see some interesting things are happening? R3 into 5. So 30, 15 and 6. In fact, we could have taken a 3 also outside. So 5 by 3. Right? Because then it simplifies further. If you multiply this with 5 by 3, 1 3 will come out. So 30 by 3 is 10. 15 by 3 is 5. 6 by 5 into 5 by 3 is 2. So once again, you will have 10, 5 and 2, right? This time, I hope it is pretty clear to you what to do next. R2 goes to R2 minus R1 and R3 also goes to R3 minus R1. So then A would become 10, 5, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? In which case, what is rank of A? Rank of A is equal to 1, but we don't want that to happen, right? But given rank of A is 2, which means option A is incorrect, which means option B is correct, right? Because for rank of A to be 1, both the conditions have to be satisfied. And we have seen that if one of the options is satisfied, then definitely rank is not 3, correct? Rank could be, if option B is correct, then rank could be 2 or 1, but we have seen that only when option A is correct, then rank is 1, which means only option B is correct, right? That is K equal to half, X is not equal to 1 by 5 gives rank of A to be equal to 2. Yeah? Got it? Slightly confusing, but you go through the solution once again, you will realize that some of these things, these steps can actually be skipped. Alright? Okay. Let us proceed. The ranks of the matrices in descending order. Alright, we just need to find the ranks of these matrices. Let us look at matrix A. 1, 4, minus 1, 2, 3, 0, 0, 1, 2. Yeah? So, let us quickly check determinant mod A. So, 1 into 6 minus 0 minus 4 into 4 minus 0 minus 1 into 2 minus 0, right? So that is 6 minus 16 minus 2. Clearly mod A is not 0. That is enough for us, right? Which means A is a 3 by 3 matrix and mod A is not 0, which means rank of A must be equal to 3, right? What is the logic? Because if the rank was any other number, 2 or 1, clearly determinant of A would have been 0. It's as simple as that, right? So mod A is not 0, therefore rank of A is 3. Now we need to look at matrix B. B, I hope, is pretty straightforward. First thing you have to realize is determinant of B would definitely be 0. 2 rows or 2 columns are identical, therefore 0. But if a determinant of a matrix is 0, you cannot be sure whether the rank is 1 less or 2 less, meaning the rank of this 3 by 3 matrix, whether it is 2 or 1, we cannot be sure. So you need to try and get the echelon form. What will we do? We will say R2 goes to R2 minus R1, R3 goes to R3 minus R1, So we are left with B is equal to R1 would be the same. What will happen to R2? R2 minus R1. So 0, 0 and 0, and R3 minus R1. Again 0, 0, 0. Which means rank of B is clearly 1, right? Because only one non-zero row. What about matrix C? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2. Alright. Mod C. 1 into 6 minus 4 minus 2 into 4 minus 0 plus 3 into 2 minus 0. Alright. So that is plus 2 and then minus 6 and plus, sorry, not minus 6, minus 8. Minus 8 and plus 6. Clearly it is 0, which means its rank could be 2 or 1. So for that, let us try and get the echelon form. We will say R2 goes to R2 minus 2R1. Right, there is already a 0 here, so we don't need to touch R3 yet. Which gives us R2 goes to R2 minus 2R1. So C would be 1, 2, 3, R1 is as it is. This minus double of this. 0, 3 minus 4 is minus 1, 4 minus 6 is minus 2, and 0, 1, 2. Can you see they are just multiples of each other? Which means this, one of the rows can just going to become 0. How do we do that? R3 goes to R3 plus R2. So we'll have C, just adding these two. 1, 2, 3, 0, minus 1, minus 2, and for R3 we are going to add these two, which means 0, 0 and 0. And we know these two elements are not going to become 0, which means rank of C is 2, right? So in conclusion, we need to apply this in descending order, no? So in conclusion, rank of A is 3, rank of B is 1, rank of C is 2, which means descending order. In descending order, we have A, C and B. A, C and B, option number 2. Yes, shall we proceed? Alright, let's do that. If A is Aij, which is M cross N, is a matrix of rank R, then, alright, so A is a M cross N matrix, right? So A11 goes up to A M1 and AN1 goes up to A Mn. This is A1N. 1n. Alright. So clearly this is not a square matrix, it is a rectangular matrix. And so this is AM cross N, and rank of A is R. Now when we are talking about, let's say, rank of a square matrix, then we know if it's a 3 by 3 matrix, we know rank can be 3. If it's a 2 by 2 matrix, we know rank can be 2. But people get confused when it is a rectangular matrix, let us say 2 by 4. And then rank, can rank be 4? No. Because rank is the smallest, rank is the order of the largest non-zero submatrix, non-singular submatrix. Okay, again that definition, some people find it confusing. Think about it like this. For rank to be defined, you need a square matrix whose determinant is not 0. Okay, so you need a square matrix of that order whose determinant is not 0. Now if you need a square matrix of that order, that means clearly R is going to be less than either the length or the breadth of this rectangular matrix, right? In other words, we can say, which means R is less than equal to M, or not just or, and R is less than or equal to N. So R must be smaller than both the column number and row number, row number and column number, correct? Which means another way of writing this would be R is less than or equal to minimum of M and N. Why minimum? Because whichever is smaller, R is smaller than that value. Then only both these conditions are going to be satisfied. Right? Got it? Okay. So R is less than or equal to minimum of M comma N, which is option 3. Yes, if you're still confused, you can think of some example. Some A, which is let's say 1, 0, 2, 4, 2, 3, 1, 9. What is the rank of A? Is 2, right? But it can never be 3 or 4, 2 or 1. I mean, here in this case, rank of A is 2, we know. But even without looking at it in too much detail, we can say rank of A can be 2 or 1, but it cannot be 3 or 4. So how do we decide 2 or 1? Whatever is the rank, it must be smaller than the smaller value between 2 by 4. Right? Okay. That is an example. Let me write this properly. But it can't be 3 or 4. Okay? All right. Find rank of A. All right. Straightforward question about rank. A is 1, 2, 1, minus 1, 0, 2, 0, 1, minus 1. Right? So, one way is to find the determinant or just go with the echelon form. In the determinant anyways, we'll have to go explore a bit more. So, let us look at echelon form. R2, I want a 0 here. What should I do? Add these two elements. So, R2 goes to R2 plus R1, which means A would be 1, 2, 1, adding these two, 0, 2, 3, 0, 1, minus 1, right? Now I need to bring 1 here. So R2 and R3 need to exchange. Anyway, I hope you realize that definitely the rank is going to be 3 only. How do we know? Because for the rank, for any one of the rows to actually become 0, you will need these two elements to be a multiple of these two elements, some multiple, and we know it's pretty clear that it's not going to be a multiple, right? In fact, we can make this conclusion without even going up to the echelon form. We can just say R3 goes to 2R3 minus R2. Okay, like I said, we are not moving towards echelon form, but even before that we can make the conclusion. So R3 goes to 2R3 minus R2, in which case A would be 1, 2, 1, 0, 2, 3, and double this minus this. So 0, 0, and then minus 2, minus 3, so minus 5. Right? So clearly, rank of A is 3. For anyone who is still not clear, how do we decide rank? Once you reach the echelon form or a form in which there are the leading element of every row must be non-zero, all the other elements should be 0. In that case, the number of 0 rows or 0 columns, right? Or other rows that contain all zeros, those you get rid of them, the remaining, the number of non-zero rows will give you the rank, right? So here all the rows are non-zero, which is why rank is 3. Okay, so let us proceed. Find rank of B. B is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 and 6, right? Now, R2 goes to R2 plus 3R1 and R3 goes to R3 plus 4R1. We are just trying to get 0 here. So then B is equal to minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. This plus 3 times this is 0 obviously. 4 plus 3 times, so 4 minus 6 is minus 2. And 5 plus 3 times, 5 minus 9 is minus 4. Then R3 plus 4R1, so again 0. 5 minus 8 minus 3. 6 minus 12, 6 minus 12 is minus 6. Can you see now that this number is minus 4 is double of minus 2 and minus 6 is double of minus 3, which means one way or the other we will be able to make a complete 0 row. How are we going to do that? We will say R3 goes to, let's make it 2R3 minus 3R2. So in which case A would become, why did we do 2R3 minus 3R2? Because multiplying this with 2 will give me minus 6 here. Multiplying this with 3 will also give me minus 6. That makes sure that this element becomes 0. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 0, minus 2, minus 4, and this minus, double this minus 3 times this. So double of this would be minus 6, minus 3 times 6, so minus 6 minus 6 gives you 0, and double of this minus 12 minus triple of this minus 12, again 0, right? That was anyway our intention from the beginning. So third row is completely 0, which means rank of A is 2. Hold on, this is not matrix A, this is matrix B. Yes? Shall we proceed? Let's do that. Alright, find rank of C. Now C here is a rectangular matrix. Right? We can actually proceed with the echelon form. We will say R2 goes to R2, sorry, not R2, R3. R3 goes to R3 minus, we can try and get 0 here, but the problem is you will get some other element here, right? So that kind of transformation is not helpful. Okay, what are we going to do? We need to find the largest submatrix that is not singular. Okay, so we will say consider this submatrix. Consider C1 equal to 1 0 0 0 1 2 0 0 1. Why are we taking this? Because mentally itself we can look at this submatrix and say there are so many zeros, which means when I expand along, let's say R1, I will only have 1 into 1 minus 0, which means this determinant is clearly going to be 1, and which means it is a non-singular determinant, non-singular submatrix. So clearly C1 mod C1 equal to 1 minus 0 equal to 1 which is not 0, which means C1 is a non-singular submatrix, right? And anyway, just by looking at it, we can say rank of C cannot be more than 3, right? Because it has only 3 rows. And by showing that there is a 3 by 3 matrix whose determinant, there is a 3 by 3 submatrix whose determinant is non-zero, we can just conclude that C is not C, rank of C. We will say, so C is a non-singular submatrix and C1 is 3 by 3, and also the fact that rank of C must be less than or equal to 3. Combining these three, we can say rank of C is actually equal to 3. Correct? Yes? Shall we proceed then? Alright, let us do that. Find the rank of each of the following matrices. Alright. Rank of this matrix. A is 1, 0, 0, 0. If A is this, then what is mod A? Mod A is 0 minus 0, 0. Now if mod A is 0, which means rank of A is clearly less than 2. Its order is 2, therefore rank is clearly less than 2. Now consider A1, which is a submatrix that only contains the element 1, which means mod of A1 is equal to 1, which is clearly not 0, which means it has a submatrix which is not singular of order 1. So combining all of these conclusions, we will say rank of A is how much? 1 only. Now if it is less than 2, it can be 1 or 0. But we have shown that there is a 1 by 1 submatrix for which determinant is not 0, therefore its rank is 1, right? Okay. Find the rank of this matrix now. One, 0, minus 4, 2, minus 1, 3, okay. Once again, because A is 2 by 3, which means rank must be less than or equal to which value? The smaller of these two, which is 2. Rank must be less than or equal to 2. So now I need to find 2 by 2 submatrix, some 2 by 2 submatrix which is non-singular, then the rank will become 2 only, right? So then we will say consider A1, which is 1, 0, 2, minus 1, where what is mod A1? Mod of A1 is minus 1 minus 0, which is minus 1, which is clearly non-zero, right? Which means A1 is a non-singular submatrix, which means A has a non-singular submatrix of order 2, which means the rank of A is equal to 2, right? We said it has to be anyway less than or equal to 2, and we showed that within those numbers there is a submatrix that allows it to have a rank of 2, therefore rank is 2. Got it? Okay. All right. Find the rank. Consider this matrix to be A, 1, 2, 6, 2, 4, 3. Right. So this time, once again rank has to be less than or equal to 2, and if I take these two columns 1, 2, 2, 4, then the determinant is 4 minus 4, 0. So it is not helpful. We want to find some non-singular submatrix. What if I took these 4, 2, 6, 4, 3, then the determinant is 6 minus 24, which is non-zero, right? So we will say A is 2 by 3, which means rank of A is less than or equal to 2. And now we will consider A1 to be 2, 6, 4, 3, which means mod A1 is how much? 6 minus 24, which is not 0, right? Therefore, A, the matrix A has a 2 by 2 non-singular submatrix, which means rank of A must be 2. Same logic, yes? Okay. Alright, 1, 0, 0, 1. This time we will just say let A equal to 1, 0, 0, 1. What is mod A? 1 minus 0, which is 1. Which means determinant of A is non-zero. A by itself is a non-singular matrix. And A is 2 by 2. Which simply means that rank of A is, it can only be 2. Right? Because determinant is not 0. Correct? You could also have alternately said that A is already in echelon form. It is already echelon form. And it has 2 non-zero rows and therefore its rank is 2. That is also a perfectly valid argument. Alright. We have a slightly bigger matrix this time. A is equal to 1, 2, 0, minus 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, minus 2, 3, 2 and 5. Alright, so we want 0 and 0 here. So, hold on. Should we proceed by the echelon form method or the determinant method? You see, if you want to go with the determinant method, you will have to take some 3 by 3 determinant, 3 by 3 matrix and then calculate the determinant. By mistake, if it turns out to be 0, then you have to keep trying all the other 3 by 3 determinants until you get a non-zero determinant, right? Which is going to take a long time. So, instead of that, we will just go by the echelon form method, right? So, take R2 goes to R2 minus 3R1, correct? That way we will get 0 here. And R3 goes to R3 plus 2R1, in which case A would be 1, 2, 0 minus 1. So, this minus 3 times this, 0, 4 minus 6 is minus 2, 1 minus 0, 1 and 2 minus minus 3. So, 5 here, correct? Be careful about that. Then R3 goes to R3 plus 2R1, so 0 here. Then 3 plus twice of this, so 7 and 2 plus 0, 2 and 5 minus 2 is 3. Okay, so we have zeros here. Now we need to bring 0 here. For us to bring 0 here, let us make this as 1 and then subtract, right? So R2 goes to R2 into minus half, right? We will have A equal to 1, 2, 0 minus 1, 0, 1 minus half and minus 5 by 2, and this of course 0, 7, 2, 3 will remain as it is. Now 7 minus, see this is 1, no? So I can make this 0 using this element. How do we do that? R3 goes to R3 minus 7R 2. Then A would be 1, 2, 0 minus 1, 0, 1 minus half minus 5 by 2. And then you see 0 is going to be 0 only, 7 minus 7 will be 0. Now 2 plus 7 by 2, right? So 2 plus 3.5, 2 plus 3.5 will give you 5.5, which is 11 by 2, and 3 plus 35 by 2. 3 plus 35 by 2, you cross multiply 3, 6 plus 35, 41 by 2, right? Okay. Now I need a 0 here. Now, sorry, I need a 1 here. So multiply this entire thing by 2 by 11. What are we doing? We will say R3 goes to R3 into 2 by 11. Why are we doing this? Because while trying to calculate the echelon form, we should always try to make the diagonal elements 1. Using the diagonal elements, we will try to make the other elements in the same column 0. So we need a 1 here. So multiply by 2 by 11. The first two rows are going to be same, 1, 2, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, minus half, minus 5 by 2. Then 0, 0, multiplying by 2 by 11, so this becomes 1. And the last element then becomes 41 by 11. This last element is not our problem, because now do you realize that this entire thing, it is actually in echelon form, right? Which is in echelon form. How do you know this is in echelon form? Because the leading element in every row is 1 and all the elements before that is 0. Right? Okay, I should have said the leading non-zero element is 1 and before that everything is 0. Correct? And it has 3 non-zero rows. Right? 3 non-zero rows. Therefore, we can say rank of A is simply 3. Got it? 3. That's your answer. Yeah? Okay. So, we have reached the end of the session. Thank you.